All right, everyone. Here's an article from Screen Rant: How to Join the Gears of War Reloaded multiplayer beta. So the beta is going to be this Friday, going to the weekend, then next Friday, going through the weekend. So we're going to get you into the schedule of it, which is right here. There are 2 periods of time when players can download and play the multiplayer beta for Gears of War Reloaded in the summer of 2025, with the game set to release on August 26th, 2025, where betas are brief opportunities to compete in matches and experience the game ahead of time. The chaotic version of matches from the original Gears of War return in full force with only a few changes to classic mechanics. The table below goes over the start and end dates for each multiplayer beta window. Okay, so the beta starts at June 13th, 2025, which is Friday, and it starts at 7 p.m. UTC, which is 12 p.m. PST, and it ends at 7 p.m. on the 15th. So that's Friday 13th, Saturday the 14th, and then Sunday the 15th. Now, I'm wondering here, that means that it's going to, I'm trying to do the math on this on exactly what time. I think it's, so this is 12 PST. I'm trying to convert it into Eastern for people in Eastern time. I think that's 3 o'clock, which that does kind of suck. I will say I would have liked to have seen it go through Sunday night, instead of, kind of ending like that. But at the end of the day, at least we're getting some Gears of War time, right? We got to be excited about that. Then it starts up again, same time on the 20th, going through the 22nd. Looks like the same times all around. Absolutely phenomenal. Each of the multiplayer betas feature crossplay between all platforms, meaning that any player can fight against each other regardless of their system. Gears of War Reloaded's 5 different platforms include these options: Xbox Series X, Xbox on PC, Xbox Cloud Gaming, PlayStation 5, and Steam PC. So look at this. This is probably the coolest part. You're going to be able to play it in so many different places. Just going to be absolutely phenomenal. This cross platform play comes with another benefit for when the game officially launches at the end of August 2025. Cross progression is featured within the multiplayer beta, allowing you to earn experience and transfer it to whatever platform you're playing Gears of War Reloaded on, with an XP advancement from both betas being saved for when the game releases. This gives you a way to never lose any progress that you've made anywhere. So this is cool. So it's like, in a way, it's like basically us getting to play the game early and test it out, sure, but you're starting to play it. This isn't a reset, which I can see why maybe people would prefer the reset of like, oh, I'll start over, but I don't mind this at all. Although it says it gives you a way to, with XP advancement from both betas being saved for when the game releases. Oh, you earn experience and transfer. I wonder if there is a feature where you don't have to have it. I wonder about that. I will be using that, I will say, but I wonder if there is a part of that that isn't. How to enter the Gears of War Reloaded multiplayer betas. At any point during the 2 multiplayer beta weekends, you can join the action by downloading the beta version of the game in advance. To do this, you must meet certain requirements since there does not seem to be a physical release for the Gears of War Reloaded planned. Well, no, I thought there was a physical release for this. Whatever, we'll go back to that. Here are all the different ways you can make the multiplayer beta available to download for your account. Own a digital copy of Gears of War Ultimate Edition, which I did, but I ended up buying the game anyways. Pre-order Gears of War Reloaded for Xbox Series X, Xbox on PC, PlayStation 5, or Steam. Have an active PC Game Pass or Game Pass Ultimate subscription. So I actually have all 3 of these, funny enough. But we still went ahead and bought the game because I just want to support it in general. That's just the way I view it. I want this thing to work out. Hopefully it's good. I'm going to be pretty pissed if we end up not liking it or it's not good, but at the end of the day, I'm pumped. Having any one of the above requirements will make your account eligible to download the beta when it goes live on either active weekend. The multiplayer experience offered is the same no matter what platform you download the beta on. Additionally, players who enter the first beta will automatically gain access to the second one, with all of their progress carrying over for the multiplayer. Only specific multiplayer game types and modes are available when you join either beta weekend. For example, the first multiplayer beta only features Team Deathmatch, while the second one is more focused on the King of the Hill match type from the original Gears of War. So this is a great idea, right? Because if you have everything, you may get to a point where everybody's playing in these different modes. You just don't want it that way, right? Have everybody in one big pool to get people pumped right off the bat. I love that. Each weekend for the multiplayer betas highlights a different game mode with only a few maps being featured each time. For the first beta, players only have access to team deathmatch matches, which pit 2 teams against each other to score the most number of kills. Fan favorite maps return for this, including Gridlock, Raven Down, and Gold Rush. For the second multiplayer beta, The Courtyard and War Machine maps are added to the Team Deathmatch playlist. In addition, King of the Hill mode becomes active on the second weekend, giving you and your team matches to control a specific location more than an enemy team. While only the Canals map is available in the second beta for King of the Hill, it varies the multiplayer a bit before the last beta ends. This is actually even cooler than I thought. You don't get two separate weekends. You get the second weekend will just have something added on top of it. That's a good idea. Rewards for participating in the Gears of War Reloaded multiplayer beta. As you fulfill one of the requirements necessary to join the multiplayer beta, you have a chance to earn free cosmetic rewards based on how you entered. By pre ordering the game or downloading its multiplayer beta through Game Pass, Ultimate, or PC, you get 2 free character skins to use in multiplayer modes. The free cosmetics you earn are Adam Phoenix and Anya Stroud. So this is by pre ordering the game or downloading through Game Pass. I got to make sure I get that just to be because I remember Gears of War 2. This still pisses me off. You when you pre-ordered it, you actually got the gold Lancer or Hammer Burst, and actually maybe you got both of them, but I never pre-ordered the game. I bought it pretty early from when it came out, but I never pre-ordered the game. Never had that. Always pissed me off. So I'm gonna get these skins. Okay. I mean, isn't as cool as the gold Hammer Burst and Lancer, but still. Adam Phoenix is the father of Marcus Phoenix, the main protagonist of the original Gears of War and the Reloaded Master. The military scientist invented the Hammer of Dawn weapon, which may be featured prominently in the multiplayer betas. Meanwhile, Anya Stroud is the director of Delta Squad, now entering the fray herself as an exclusive character skin you won't find anywhere else. Anyone who has a version of Game Pass, you can just download these skins to use immediately. Alternatively, anyone who pre-orders a physical or digital copy of the game will have access to these skins even within the multiplayer betas themselves. Make sure you have enough room on your platform device to down. Okay, so they're just going into it. Overall, I can't wait. This is going to be great. I think they're rolling this all out perfectly. I think there's a ton of hype behind it, and bottom line is we can't wait. I think this is the best way to do it. Now, August 26th is so far. That's a little frustrating. And having these, maybe they'll drop another beta for us in July. That would be cool. Give us 2 weekends in July as well. They haven't said that yet, but maybe they will. Maybe they just figure, look, we need time to work on this game. So, we'll get the fixes in. We'll go from there. I can't wait. Just go back up here to these dates, June 13th and June 20th. These are the times. Get ready because it's coming. Thank you all for watching.